I'm trying to be fitness. See me in 6 months, I'm going to say that.
No. The Wi-Fi is the station. What's the station?
It doesn't take much.
I know.
Carly, does your company do the corporate challenge?
They do.
They
Yeah.
do? Do you have a lot of people participating?
No, I don't have a couple riders.
I went over there
I know.
a decade ago, where we all in, we ran it. $20 to get 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where my son works, they've asked him to run. I just wondered, I thought I saw your company out there last year. I can't remember.
They usually have a little crew, but yeah, kind of smaller.
Yeah,
here.
well, my son and two other people, he runs and the other people drive.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, he runs.
Yeah.
I wondered, I thought I saw your picture.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm hoping to get out there, I'm hoping it'll be a decent day.
I know, right?
Yeah, if you've got time, yeah. Unless you've got, I don't think it's early registration, but even so.
Okay, guys, 6 o'clock, let's get started. Start with the pledge. We have flag back here. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, welcome everyone. We're going to have a quick business meeting here, and we'll have our informational meeting directly to follow. Okay? First thing, does everybody have a chance to check out the minutes? To approve the minutes of the May 21st, 2025.
So move.
Second. Jeff, Steve? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, next, John, the continuation of the public hearing for local law B.
Yeah, so we're gonna open up for any more comments. We made some of the changes that we talked about last time, that we added additional items that are exempt from that requirement. It's all been set, put out for this public hearing tonight for published, so if you're in a position now to take any additional comments from the public, close that and potentially vote on it.
Do we have any comments from anyone here for the continuation of the local law B?
Oh yeah, this is a code enforcement law. It's a state required mandated law that's been passed all over the state of New York. So we started this public hearing 4 months ago maybe, and it's been extended a number of times. So we're just basically finishing it up. We're just trying to get into compliance with what New York State law currently requires. But the water stuff, or assuming the sewer project will be talked about a little bit later.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, I've got some comments on Law B there, but I read through it, and if I was gonna open a B&B in this area, I would like that.
That's a good question, but that's the Airbnb law is different. Sorry, I confused everybody. This first law has to do with code compliance for like building codes. That's the one we're talking about now.
It's like
the Airbnb will be a separate law. Which are we talking? Is that on the agenda tonight?
All right.
It's not on the agenda, but there'll be a time when you can speak in a little bit too. Sorry. Okay, so now public hearing's open on local law B, and there's nobody speaking. Are you ready to close the public hearing?
Yeah, I'll move that we close the public hearing.
Okay. Second. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Now we need a motion to,
You would, yeah, if you want to approve it, you would do that now.
okay, looking for a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion to approve local law B for 2025.
Okay, Carried.
Second.
Okay, second. Any discussion? Say, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, carried. Okay, Next, John, add something to.
Yes, we added a very quick item, which is occasionally the town has participated in grant monies over the years, and every now and then, someone that received the grant has placed a lien on their own property while they're paying that grant off. Occasionally, someone's gonna sell their property, and when they're going to close on that property, that lien needs to be cleared from their title. So the attorney for this particular one, I think it's Busey, they are asking that the town satisfy the consensual lien, and we've done this, I think, every time we've been requested to do it. So I prepared the satisfaction, and there's a resolution in your package that authorizes that consensual lien to be satisfied. If that happens, I will transfer this document to their attorney so they can now close. So I need a motion and a resolution to do that.
Okay.
I'll move it, John.
Second it. Dave? Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, carries. Okay, thanks, John. Okay, next, new hire for preschool playground, Caitlin Eve, start date June 19th.
Yeah, as the Park and Rec liaison, Lori's doing a great job of filling the position, so we have supervision. So Caitlin Eve is suggested that we hire her and use her for a preschool supervisor, so. I would move that and approve this.
Okay, Jeff? Yeah. Okay, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, welcome to Caitlin.
And then I'll take care of the next one, Tom.
All right.
If you listen to your monitors, you heard not that long ago that we had a electrical fire at our Parks and Rec. Turns out that one of our air handler motors fried. So fire department did a great job. We've looked at those, and there's 2 motors in this air handler. The other one's about ready to go. It's been suggested we replace both of those motors. Lori quoted it out. The best price that she got was for $1,500 from Gio Russo. So I'd move that we approve this so she can get her air conditioning stuff working again.
Get it back to running. Okay. I'll move it. Got the motion?
Yeah, I think Jeff made the motion.
Jeff got the motion and Dave second. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay. Eric, we don't have any budget modifications, but you're gonna bring up one thing, correct?
No, Wilson, we'll bring that up the next.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
Wilson.
so we don't need anything. Okay. And I don't believe we have any firefighter applications. Okay. We don't need to go into executive session. So, is there anybody here who would like to speak on any topic whatsoever? Other than this, because this will be, after, okay? All right. Gary, you said.
I come in peace, I don't need another 8 months of anger management classes. Just want to know about any improvements on a grocery store. Has anything been done?
Actually, we were talking about that today. You know, I was talking with Eric and stuff. We're trying. We're contacting different. Somebody said something about Aldi's, but then Aldi said they have one in DeWitt, and they have one in Canastota that we take as their own customers. So we're
I
trying to
thought
find something like
somebody would jump on it just because of Micron.
Well,
and you can't go to Cicero anymore because the traffic. Anyways, just thought I'd, well, my wife.
great point. Yeah, mine too.
Tom, I do have something. I had some constituents call me that were not happy with our mowing program at the cemeteries, especially over the holiday, the Memorial Day holiday. So I don't know where we are in that, even around the town buildings. We got to review that, and I don't know what the status is.
Yes. Yeah. I just thought through the people that they did it, and I know that was a recession, especially around Memorial Day, July 4th, and it has to be done. So I know it was wet. Here, I know North it was wet, and they couldn't get on it.
For Memorial Day, it would have been real important.
I agree with that. I agree.
So,
So we did-
unfortunately, I won't read the text. It has too many colorful words.
Yeah, they have been, very careful. That they do to take care of it. So thank you. Anyone else? Okay, so we're looking for a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, next, we're gonna turn this over to Ken Knudsen, and he's gonna be telling us about this public information meeting of the proposed Bridgeport Sewer District Extension number 1. And apparently they have all the information we hope we need, and then we can open up to Chair.
Whatever you tell me to do, you're
It looks like we've got an actual decent turnout tonight. I assume most of you folks are here for this public information meeting, which is great to see. It's been a while since Barton and Reviewis, Ken Knudsen, this is Carly Parker, have met with the folks within the Bridgeport, we're calling the Bridgeport Sewer District Extension number 1. So we discussed with the board getting together since 2022, when this sewer district extension was actually formed by the board, to kind of bring you up to speed on what's been happening, because I'm sure everybody's wondering what's going on with our sewers. And we put together a brief presentation here that before we look forward, I think we just need to spend a little bit of time looking back. A lot's happened since we started this project several years ago and actually formed the district now 3 years ago. Hard to believe that this building here is on public sewers that were constructed 12 years ago in 2013 when the original Bridgeport Sewer District was made. So I want to give you a quick update on your extension number 1, the project updates, as well as where are we in the search for funding to make this project affordable, and then what do we envision as the next steps, and then open up to Q&A and get your thoughts on this. So again, a little bit of context as to the service area and where you fall within that service area and what's been going on. A lot's been going on in the area. We've got Micron proposing to locate, I don't know, 8 or 10 miles, if that, to the west over here. The town board, the town planning board, town codes are seeing heavy pressures for new development that's crossing the county line and coming along the Route 31 corridor. I think even the village of Chenango is seeing pressures as well. So that's kind of turned up the heat, and this is a logical place to live because the town has public sewers along Route 31, with the exception of your area, which is in the green right here. That area is, in actuality, the last section of developed area along the south shore of Oneida Lake that does not have public sewers. East Sullivan over here in the blue was done back in the late 70s, early 80s under the Clean Water Act. And then again, we did Bridgeport, which is the larger purple, which goes into the Lakeport area, which is the West Sullivan pump station and the business park, and sewers were extended from that area over to Chapman Park, which is immediately to the east of you folks. This entire area within the town of Sullivan, by agreement, dates back to the Eastern Oneida Lake Water Pollution Abatement Program, or EOWAP. Dates back to the 70s, and again, treatment of all wastewater for the town Sullivan districts, the lakeshore areas through Lenox, through town of Verona, and then up into Vienna, all end up at the Silton Beach wastewater treatment plant. That treatment plant is currently undergoing a major $50 million upgrade. That was an older plant, the original plant. Physical Council is upgrading the biological treatment with higher levels of nutrient removal to preserve the water quality of Oneida Lake. And that right there is the driver of your project, removing potential contamination from untreated sewage from the lake from on-site systems that may be reaching the end of their life or may be failing. So as we talk about project drivers, again, this district here in Bridgeport took 400 and some odd single-family homes off septic systems and put them on public sewers. So it was a huge water quality focused program. The same holds true for your area, and we'll get into some of the funding, but there's different different drivers that are used for the town board in this case to search for funding for your project. So as we've seen, and what the impetus was for the project to begin with over the past few years, we're continuing to see year-round home conversions on smaller lots. In talking to the code enforcement officer, the Madison County Department of Health, realtors are coming in looking to subdivide lots. These older systems are starting to fail. Residents are faced with engineered systems or mound systems because of high water tables, small lots, in excess of $30,000 to $35,000 for these systems. So we fully understand the problems that are only going to continue to happen as this area ages. So there is a heightened level of ongoing search here for funding. So again, with that, this is the overview of your sewer district area. All the parcels in purple front a force main that comes from here, from this pump station right back here. It goes right through in front of your lakeshore areas on its way over to West Sullivan and then all the way around to the beach. So the proposed district here that we're speaking of is Lucas Road on the east. Everything from the shoreline over to Bushnell Shore Road. Lucas on the west, Bushnell Shore Road on the east. And then we've got a couple of outliers on the south side of 31, that being Ladd Drive and Mid-Lake Meadows Drive, where the density warrants public sewers, and the interest survey did as well back in the day we did that. So in total, we've got about 278 single-family homes that are we're trying to get on public sewers through this project. And on average, that equates to about 55,000 gallons per day of sewage that we're looking to collect, take out of the ground, and convey to where it can be treated to a certain level of water quality that's going to help improve the lake. So with that, we've made some changes to the recommended system. We had looked at a $22 million gravity system. Since then, Andy Houston and his staff have invested, the town's invested in your sewer maintenance department, gotten very proficient at maintaining the low pressure systems here. And so we've made a change that Carly's going to cover to describe this new system that we'd be looking to install here.
So I'm just going to talk about the new project that we're proposing, as Ken just said. So it's a low pressure connection system, collection system. So that includes grinder pumps and force mains. So there's about 23,500 linear feet of low pressure force main that we'd be looking to install, 238 grinder pumps, 21,500 linear feet of service lateral, and then there would be 6 low pressure connections to the existing system. This project would also include decommissioning of on-site septic systems, so everybody that obviously is on the septic system has to be part of the project as well. And then the second equalization tank is required for a kilowatt So here's just we have a schematic here of there's already an existing EQ tank, so you can see that up in the top left there. And then down to the bottom, that would be where the new tank would go. Right here is a picture also of the existing tank, so it would look exactly the same. And the second tank would be 200,000 gallons, and it is required for that downstream capacity, as I just mentioned. So the operation and maintenance for these residential grinder pumps, we have a figure here. So there is a town ownership portion and then a residential ownership portion. So the town would own from the grinder pump to the sewer main. So they would maintain all the grinder pumps, the control panels that are involved with that, and any of the laterals. The town and highway super department, as Ken had mentioned, does own over 500 of these already. So, you know, they're familiar with these, they've already used them. They know how to work on them, so that's a good thing. And then residential ownership, that would be from the house to the grinder pump. So they would be responsible for that, and then also responsible for any electrical costs that are associated with that. I did want to mention that, you know, if there is a power loss, that the grinder pumps do have 8 gallons of waste capacity. And there is a portable generator receptacle that are on those alarm panels, so that you could hook that up if you needed to, in case of power loss. And here are just a couple pictures that we wanted to show. You know, up here in the left hand corner is a typical grinder pump. They're about 8 feet deep, so 8 feet below grade. Down to the bottom left, there's a typical alarm panel with a generator receptacle, and then we just have some examples of what this can look like on your property. So up on the right here, you know, you could have the grinder pump out in your yard with the alarm panel out there, kind of on a little pole setup. And then you could also have it on your house, which is showing in this logo area. So it could also be connected to your house. So I just want to talk about the current financing package that the town has as of right now. They would be looking to have a loan, which would be a subsidized interest rate loan through New York State EFC. That would be a subsidized interest rate, so it would be lower than just the market rate. They are on the annual list. Just this or the whole? Okay. All right, so I'm just covering the current financing package that the town has right now. So New York State EFC, they have a loan through them, so it would be a subsidized interest rate loan, so lower than market rate, but not 0% loan. So they are on the annual list for EFC, 53 points, and there were median household income requirements that you guys had to meet to get that subsidized rate. And then the town did receive a $7 million grant through the Water Quality Improvement Program, which WQIP, so that was good, at least got some grant there. And then now I'm going to just talk about a breakdown of the project and how this would look per household. So if you can see that top line there is $19 million, that's the project cost. The $7 million, that's the grant that we got, and then we broke it down per household, and with that 2.1% we used for the subsidized interest rate. So that ends up coming out at $2,282 per EDU. It's okay.
The problem is that it was posted for 6:30.
Yeah.
Sit tight, we're gonna recap, okay? Sit tight. We'll back up a little bit, all right? We apologize. The meeting went a little too fast. We needed some people to complain. So hold tight, we'll start. Back and recap, okay? Hold tight, sit tight.
I have a question. Since you don't have a handout,
Yep.
is there any way that they can setting it online?
We could definitely give
I'll make
it,
note.
yeah, we can definitely give it to the town and then they can distribute it. I don't know if they want to put it online or not, but we'll give it to the town so that they can give it next time.
You're gonna see yell. You have to really talk loud. Nice speaking. I can't yell. Hold on.
Okay.
We had no idea how many.
I haven't seen you since I used to play golf.
Yeah, I don't play anymore. Yeah.
Too many other things to do.
I'm very happy to mow my lawn. Come on right up here.
Dry enough.
Stop. Stand there.
I know. Thank God. I checked you in and I said, you drove all the way to your house. No, you have to pick you up.
People doing good. I knew this would happen.
Mom said
We're gonna start this again at 6:30. I know it said in the flyer that was 6:30. Our meeting didn't take as long as we thought it would. So we started it, but we will, we're gonna cater for everyone. So we'll, be recapping. We'll start again. Wait till 6:30.
We need speakers.
We'll take care
We
of that.
apologize for the inconvenience, but we'll get it going at 6:30.
No, that's, as long as you're
You look like every community has.
Now you know how I got elected. Pretty good. Yeah, very excited.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Okay.
Like this, look at this.
Oh, yeah.
Easy way to get there.
it's like church, they got to come down the front and sit in. Yep. This is church.
Here, anybody hard of hearing, we got a seats over here. You want to seat in here? You want a microphone? You want to come
Not so much.
Yeah, you're perfect. Listen, what we'll do too is we'll get it online. Everything you see here, we'll get it on the town's website too. Okay, not tomorrow, but over the day or two. And then that way too you can review it. And don't be afraid too. If you want to say something, you can let us know after. It's okay. I'll make sure to listen.
Everybody's kind of quiet, we'll shout it out.
All right, apologies for starting this earlier. We started after a very quick town board meeting, realizing then that the invites went out to all you folks with a 6:30 start. So we're gonna run through this brief presentation again. It's basically gonna kind of cover things that have happened, not only with the project, but in the town and around the town since then. And then there's been a change to the infrastructure that we're proposing based on some advances in the town sewer department. And then we're gonna get into where we stand on the town's search for financing and grant funding to try and reach the user costs that was given to you folks back in May of 2022. So I've been involved with this project from the start. There's some new faces. Carly Parker is the engineer working on this now with me. You may remember Taylor Gotar doing this presentation back in May of 2022. The district was actually formed, the Bridgeport Sewer District Extension 1 was formed back in the summer of 2022. And it was submitted to the comptroller. However, the caveat of this formation, if you may recall, is we made certain assumptions on the level of loan financing and the amount of grants that the town would be able to secure to get you to an annual cost of. And the gentleman here in the front row has this presentation from May of 2022. So let me just read the cost highlights before we dive into our presentation here and bring up to speed. Back then, we were looking at basically a different town board than the one we have here today. And they preferred a gravity collection system similar to what is built here along 31 in the immediate hamlet. Everything to the lake here is low pressure, grinder pumps. $21 million project. We had estimated using, or assume we would be using, a USDA rural development loan and obtaining 3 different grants that would bring your annual debt service costs to a single family home to about $677 per year. That's just to pay and finance the capital expense. The town operates and maintains your system. That costs district residents, that was about $130 a year. And then to send your sewage east to Sylvan Beach, which I'll get into, show you the map of that, it was $325 per year at the time. So the district was formed and it was approved at $1,130 per single family home per year for capital debt, operating and maintaining the system, and having your sewage treated. And again, with these, and so that was it. So what we've been doing since then, thank you, is submitting numerous funding applications, working with Environmental Facilities Corporation to get the project listed, to get a loan in place, and now we've been searching for grants. So we wanted to take tonight to give you a quick update, and then allow you to ask any questions you may have when we finish this. So again, Carly and I are going to do a quick presentation. Please hold questions until the end, and then once we get there, we'll all work together to try and answer them. So, real quick, you folks, assuming they all reside within the green area, this is the Bridgeport Sewer District Extension 1. As I mentioned earlier, it is pretty much the only section of the South Shore of Oneida Lake that does not have public sewers. Back when we brought sewers right here in Bridgeport, this whole purple district, and brought it across to West Sullivan and points, and then it goes all the way, pumps east through Lenox and Verona, and all the way up to the Sylvan Beach treatment plant. Your area was part of that effort, and it was voted not to include it in the district. So here we are. That was done in 2013. We flipped the switch on public sewers here. So that's where you fall within the scheme of the town's entire public sewer collection system and its conveyance east to the village of Sylvan Beach. The